Ready. Play.
Codazo así le dice.
Claro, que le pegan el hombro, realmente.
No, le mete el hombro, mira, ahí lo sube.
Oh, se lo meto el...
Incluso podría haber hasta fracturado la nariz.
Ahí lo sube.
Oh, se lo meto el...
Le reúno un brazo en el ojo, pues, weón. Váyanse toda la chucha, hermano. Váyanse toda la chucha. No me vaya a decir que esa weón no es descalificación, weón.
Yeah, and just continuing with the Davis Cup. I mean, it probably happened, just a few minutes ago, actually, half an hour ago, more or less. But we had some sort of scenes in the tie between Belgium and Chile, which has been actually a very tight, Davis Cup tie, because yesterday it ended 1-1. The Belgians were favorite in the doubles and won, but then there's been this match between Zizou, Bergs and Cristian Garin, which actually has, regardless of before this, it was still an incredibly competitive match, 3-set battle, actually 5-all in the third set. So really, really, really close match. I'd say encouraging signs from Garin, a player who's been struggling a lot lately, but probably still has something good in him. Has been actually former world number 17, Wimbledon quarter finalist, and this happened then the changeover. Basically, great shot by Zizou Bergs to break, and celebrating, he runs towards the bench and hits that way Garin, and then it's been very messy right after, because Bergs and the Belgian bench claimed, of course, the not intentionality of it, and the umpire actually didn't give them any fault. Garin was on the floor, didn't want to continue the match. Then actually it ended with a game penalty, so the match was over because 6-5 in the third, so 7-5.
Wow, I've never seen anything like this, to be honest.
Do you have any takes on that, and actually also on the tennis the two teams have played?
I mean, Garin played. Yeah, this is a very good showing for Garin, who's kind of, I haven't really thought about him in a while, actually. So
Yeah.
sometimes he does he plays a match like this, and all of a sudden I remember, like, oh wow, he's actually been in Wimbledon quarterfinal, and he's actually won 5 titles, and he's like kind of forgotten in this generation. So for him it was good, but that was really quite some drama. I haven't seen anything like that where someone celebrates and then hits the opponent in the in the process of it, and all of this. But I can understand both sides. I don't really have a strong take or anything, but more just like, just one of those crazy things that happens in tennis that you can't foresee.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually been a Davis Cup weekend with many, many dramas, even if this one tops everything, because, there has been saber-twill with fields. Actually, Denmark and Serbia actually had something between each other, Serbian team. There was a long celebration from Denmark, and Serbian team didn't wait for them. For the handshakes, felt disrespected by the crowd, and so I mean, and I think, even though of course it's not good to watch some of these things happening, but at the same time, it's some sort of a remind that these ties are very good for the competition.
Yeah, the home and away. It was another reminder for me, these dramas, that like the home and away ties are really, really good for tennis. Like I
because
missed
I
it. I
mean
missed it
the episodes themselves are not incredible, especially the drama, especially between Fields and Sabretooth. For me, it wasn't good to watch and everything. But the positive side of all this, it's how alive the Davis Cup feels. When there is the strong crowd involved. And I mean, probably the thing between Fields and Sabretooth would have happened anyway, because it was a matter also of sportsmanship and everything. But yeah, I think like this weekend and all these things happening, kind of reinforce the idea that the home and the away ties are, great for the competition.
Yeah, like that is what people miss about the whole old format, right? You go to another nation and you have the home crowd, and you have the just like the way the crowd is engaged in the match is a completely different level than when you play like on a neutral site and you're playing in Spain and indoors. It's like if Spain is playing, then it's a good atmosphere, but otherwise, apart from that, it's like very, yeah, it's like almost bipartisan, and it's not quite like it doesn't feel like a Davis Cup match. It feels like just a regular tour event. So I like.
Yeah, now of
I like
course
it,
we have
and
to
also,
change
yeah,
a little
and
bit of
also
change.
for the qualifiers that they've introduced it, and it's best of three, so you still have that. You have best of three, but you have home and away. So I like the combination of both.
Yeah, I feel like best of three was something that was needed to make it a bit more easy for.
Especially after the week after the slam, you don't want them
Absolutely. I mean, I
best of
don't think
five,
many
five
players
others.
would have been available. Yeah, especially players, I don't know, like Rune, who is probably full of playing 5-setters or something like that. I get what you say about the Davis Cup, because it's also a sort of environment where you tend to overdo, a little bit, also physically.
Zero, because it's one game or one tie, very close to finish the match. Let's put the show like this and that. But what happened? What happened if he cannot see? If he's affected? You imagine Cristian going out from that bench to go to play the next four points? Do you think that he will play normal? Do you think that he will play like focus? It doesn't matter if he's 1-1 in the first set or 2-2 or 5-6. It doesn't matter. He didn't do anything wrong. He was going to sit, and he was like he had like a healing dive, and that's the situation. But why they try to push to continue if he's not able to play? This is, I don't get it. And now we are affected because we are out. We are eliminated. What we do wrong? What we do wrong? I don't understand.
Very unjust.
It's terrible. I mean, things happen sometimes, but there's rules. I know that it's Sunday night and we need to continue. But what happens if one player cannot continue? He didn't do anything wrong. And one more thing. From where is the neutral doctor? Why he didn't check on him? I don't get it. I talked to the president of the federation, our doctor. There are rules. There's one neutral doctor. You need to check the player. You are journalists. You are from here. You follow tennis. Zero action from the doctor from here. The neutral doctor. Zero.
Everybody saw the kid. This is tennis. You cannot hit one another, even if it's, I don't know, if you don't want to, but if you hit someone, in the eye, and he felt, cannot see, feels dizzy.
I don't
It's
get it.
not acceptable.
I don't understand why some people can't get this, or like why some people actually choose to like question this. I think it's pretty obvious that Zizou should have been defaulted. First of all, we've learned in tennis the hard way in cases like Djokovic at the US Open, like Miu Kato at Roland Garros, that intentionality doesn't matter. Like obviously Zizou was not trying to harm Cristian Garin, he just didn't see him. He was a little careless, but that's also not really part of the problem. Like if they just bump into each other and nothing happens, everything is fine. But you know he clearly harms Garin there, and whether it was intentional or not, no difference. It's just an action that he did on the court to harm some, you know, that resulted in somebody being harmed. That wasn't, I don't know, like him serving, him playing a shot in the rally, an unnecessary action that ended up resulting in somebody's injury. It's literally the Djokovic case again. And yeah, I mean, it should have been a default. Why wasn't it a default? You know, I'm not in Belgium. I can't tell you. But I think it's 100% by the rules. It's 100% a default. Obviously, Zizou didn't mean it. Obviously, Zizou isn't going to say, oh yeah, I want to be defaulted. That's not really something that anyone on the planet would do. So it's a bit unfortunate for all parties present, and unfortunately, this is going to be the main story about this Davis Cup weekend, which, well, yeah, it's just a bit of a shame.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.